So, hi. This is my first video with my voice in it. So far I've just had speed paints and animations. And now I've decided to try this. I'm hoping this will work out because I want to do videos with stories in it, and I want to talk about some of my warrior cat theories for the newest book, Thunder. For this video though, I just want to introduce myself to you. I'm Hannah, but anyone who already knows me online knows me as Squeaky Duck 5000. I'm 13 years old, so I'm only going into 8th grade, but I've been into drawing my entire life. But I've only really committed to it for almost 2 years. I know my art may not be amazing, but I know I'm improving, so I'll get there eventually. I live in Illinois, in the USA. Enough about me though. Here's more about my channel. So, I started posting my art online in June of 2022 on a platform called DeviantArt. Since then, I've earned myself 85 watchers, and for those of you who do not use DeviantArt, watchers are the equivalent of subscribers. I've also recently started commissions, so if you like what you see here, commission me. Anyway, when I first started YouTube, I mostly intended to use it just to join maps, but thought why not put my art here too. I was a little demotivated at first until I realized that if I just post it on shorts, I'll get a whole lot more views. The first two videos on my channel to do well were my Rewind and the Ranboo Bakes a Cake animatic. The more recent successes are my Objection meme with 309 views and 14 likes, Technoblade Never Dies with 704 views and 41 likes, and Ranboo with 1,300 views and 35 likes. My Rewind was my first video to hit the hundreds of views, and Ranboo was my first video to hit the thousands. I wanted to try talking over my speed paints because I enjoyed listening to other people talk over their speed paints, so that inspired me to do it myself. I don't have many full speed paints on this channel, and the reason is because I keep forgetting to hit record. I just never do. Only like halfway through do I realize, oops, I didn't press record. And that's why if you're paying attention to what I'm drawing here, you might see some chunks of the video cut out and it just skips. I'm trying to remember to record and hopefully it'll work out. If you're wondering what I'm drawing in the speed paint, it's one of my younger brother's friends. And if you're wondering why I would draw him, it's honestly just practice. I've been trying to draw people more and I asked my brother who to draw, and that was his answer. When I first started drawing digital art, I just drew with my finger and I couldn't draw humans at all. Over time, I figured out how to draw humans and animals more properly, mostly from just watching and studying fan art and animatics. I love to draw, but I also want to work on how I animate. Animation is definitely more difficult because I need to draw the same thing over and over with slight changes. When I first started animating, I always copied and pasted as much as I could, but after watching countless Warrior Cat maps and Minecraft animatics, I realized that I have to draw things out frame by frame. I'm working on doing that, no matter how much I'm tempted to copy and paste. My animations, like my drawings, aren't the best, but they're getting better. The things that I'll be talking about will be just little stories from my life, and also Warrior Cat theories. I've been into Warrior Cats for almost 2 years, and I'm done reading the main series. I have 2 super editions, all the novellas, all the mangas, and all the field guides left to read. Spoilers for the latest Warrior Cat book. In a future video, I will probably talk about my opinion on Sunbeam switching clans for Nightheart and who I think attacked Frostpaw and why. I'm hoping to do more Warrior Cat analysis videos in the future. I'm honestly running out of things to say for a 9-minute video, so I'm just going to go ahead and list my favorite Warrior Cats and why. I am very passionate about this. Firstly, Cloudtail. I love Cloudtail because floof. No more needs to be said. My next favorite is Jayfeather. Now, some may say that Jayfeather is the most annoying Warrior Cats character because he's grumpy and yells at everyone for nothing. And to you, I say, no. Jayfeather is only the way he is because no one treats him fairly. Just because he's blind, every cat continues to underestimate him. In all truth, he really cares about every cat, but gets annoyed with cats that think he can't do anything. I love sad characters, and to me, Jayfeather had a very troubled life. As a kid in Warrior Apprentice, everyone underestimated him, and at a point he realized he would never really reach his dream of becoming a warrior. Then he is traumatized constantly by visions of the past and Rock, who is forcing him to do things he doesn't want to. For example, leaving Flametail to drown. Rock wouldn't let Jayfeather save him no matter what, and Jayfeather had to live with the accusations of him being the one to drown Flametail. Now, if we back up to the power of 3, Jayfeather and his siblings find out that their parents are not actually their parents, and later they find out that they're a half-clan, and their aunt and mother literally ruined their reputation by hiding that they were half-clan. In the future, this also causes Jayfeather to be exiled in the Broken Code. Now, shortly after Hollyleaf reveals that she and her siblings are half-clan, she runs into the tunnels, making everyone believe she had been killed by the falling rocks. Now Jayfeather has to live with the thought that his sister had died for quite some time before Hollyleaf reveals herself, and after she reveals herself, she actually dies shortly after, and Jayfeather is still alive after all that. And if we rewind even further back into the Power of Three, Jayfeather as a young cat gains the knowledge that no other cat has about fallen leaves and the things that happen with the tribe. Having all that knowledge and not being able to share it with anyone obviously puts a burden on Jayfeather. There are many other things I could talk about, like Briarlight and Leafpool's death, things that hurt Jayfeather, but I think that this is enough evidence to show that Jayfeather is only grouchy because of his experiences. Now, the next ones on the list, I'm going to speed run because I have a lot of favorite warrior cats. Squirrelflight. A lot of people like Squirrelflight. She's Firestar's daughter, and she kind of represents the she-cats of warrior cats. Her and her sister Leafpool were the first female protagonists of the main Warrior Cat series. And if you're wondering, I do believe Bramblestar is abusive towards Squirrelflight. It feels as though Bramblestar makes Squirrelflight guilty for everything she does that is against what Bramblestar believes. Their relationship is very unstable. They can be at each other's throats one moment and then act like nothing happened the next moment. By putting all that aside, I'm glad Squirrelflight is finally, hopefully, becoming leader. The only thing I'm worried about is that she's too old. She's approaching the age that Tallstar and Leopardstar died at, and she's only a year younger than most of ThunderClan's elders, and she's past the age that most warrior cats die at. I just don't want her leadership to fail after she had waited so long. I would talk more, but I'm meant to be speedrunning these. So next we have Greywing. I love him because he's just so sad. And the cats he loved left him or died, and he had health problems for the longest time, and he watched his family be torn apart. And he died shortly after he found a family of his own. I cried so much when Greywing died. I know Dawn of the Clans isn't the most popular Warrior Cats arc, but it was just so sad when Greywing died. The way it was written, that before Greywing died, he, as the main protagonist that started the journey out of the mountains, ended up giving the names to each of the clans. But then again, imagine what was going on in his head while he was trying to think of names for the clans while he was dying. Next, I love Pebbleheart because of his personality. He was always so compassionate to other cats. He was also very curious about his interests and was smart as he figured out the medicine cat thing all by himself, just like the other first medicine cats. I love Hollyleaf because she suffered, just like Jayfeather. I love Shadowsight because he suffered the guilt of helping to cause the events of the Broken Code. And I love Brambleberry because she was always so understanding towards Crookedstar and made him feel safe when he had just suffered his injury. This list could go on for miles, but I can't talk forever. So that's the video. If you made it this far, thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Bye.